Republic of South Africa. The SADC Electoral Observation Mission is led by Honorable Joseph Malanji, Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Zambia, whom I'll be introducing shortly. To this effect, SADC will observe elections based on its three approach, which includes the pre-election phase, the election phase, and the post-election phase. The pre-election observation phase was deployed on the 4th to the 9th April 2019. That's where it commenced, during which a goodwill mission was deployed to, among others, assess if the legal, political, and security environments are conducive to holding elections in conformity with the SADC principles and guidelines governing democratic elections. As we launch the SADC Electoral Observation Mission here today, pre-elections observation will continue until the 7th of May 2019 on the eve of elections. So please do not ask us what did we observe. This is just the first phase, and we'll continue observing until the end, and the report will be presented after the last phase. The elections observation phase will take place on the election day, that is on the 8th of May, intended to assess the electoral processes and lay down procedures, and if the environment was conducive for voters to exercise their civic rights. The post-elections observation phase will start immediately after elections and aims at promoting electoral integrity as well as peace and stability in the post-election period, and in doing so, give effect to the commitments contained in the SADC principles and guidelines governing democratic elections. The SADC Electoral Observation Mission will cover the 9 provinces of the Republic of South Africa, the Eastern Cape, Northern Cape, Western Cape, Free State, Gauteng, KwaZulu-Natal, Limpopo, Mpumalanga, and Northwest, deploying a total of 47 observers. I'm confident that these elections will further contribute to the enhancement of democracy in the Republic of South Africa and in the region as a whole. May I therefore call upon all electoral stakeholders in the Republic of South Africa to continue with the ongoing preparations in an inclusive and peaceful manner. May I also take this opportunity to encourage South Africans to exercise their civic rights by casting their votes and electing their leaders democratically and in a peaceful manner, and allow the democratic dispensation to take its effect through the 8th of May 2019 national and provincial elections. Your vote during these elections will continue to determine the political future of the Republic of South Africa. Please go out and exercise your democratic right and vote for your preferred candidates. Let me also thank all observers who are participating in SADC Electoral Observation Mission and commend the respective member states that have contributed observers to the SIOM to the Republic of South Africa. While observing elections, you are at the same time representing SADC. You are the SADC torch bearers. We believe in your professionalism, and we are very confident that you'll conduct yourselves in a manner that is commensurate with the principles and obligations of SADC Electoral Observation Mission. At this juncture, allow me to inform you that the activities of the 2019 SADC Electoral Observation Mission in the Republic of South Africa will be coordinated from its headquarters, located here where we are, at the Sheraton Hotel, Pretoria, up to the 16th of May 2019. All interested stakeholders are free to come and engage with the SADC Observation Mission. My role, as it was indicated by the Director of Ceremony, was just to give you some introductory remarks to the process itself, to the mission, but also to introduce the head of mission, who will be addressing you and who will be officially launching our mission. Before I formally introduce the head of mission, let me also take this opportunity to wish our observers success as they deploy to their various provinces of the Republic of South Africa. May I now introduce and invite Honorable Joseph Malanji, the head of SADC Electoral Observation Mission, to the 2019 national and provincial elections to the Republic of South Africa, to address you and to officially launch the SADC Observation Mission. Honorable Minister, sir.
Honorable Kavinga Pande, alternate head of the SADC Electoral Observation Mission to the Republic of South Africa, distinguished members of the SADC organ Troika, Your Excellency, Dr. Stegumena Lawrence Tax, Executive Secretary of SADC, Chairperson, representative and members of the Independent Electoral Commission, distinguished heads of international electoral observation missions, Your Excellencies, heads and representatives of diplomatic missions accredited to the Republic of South Africa, members of the SADC Electoral Advisory Council, SADC election observers, leaders and representatives of political parties, representatives of local election observers, religious leaders and members of the civil society. Je vois, nous avons les missions diplomatiques des pays francophones, les autres agences diplomatiques avec accréditation ici en Afrique du Sud. Mes chers collègues, mesdames et messieurs, soyez les bienvenus. Je vous salue par votre langue. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to observe what protocol dictates. On behalf of His Excellency Mr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu, President of the Republic of Zambia, and the Chairperson of the SADC organ on Politics, Defense and Security Cooperation, it is my honor and privilege to welcome you to the official launch of the SADC Electoral Observation Mission SIOM, to the 8th May 2019 national and provincial elections in the Republic of South Africa. Let me begin by commiserating with our member states which have suffered natural disasters as a result of cyclone and floods, namely our host Republic of South Africa, Mozambique, Malawi, and Zimbabwe. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the SADC Electoral Observation Mission SIOM is here at the invitation of the Independent Electoral Commission, IEC, of the Republic of South Africa. This practice is in conformity with the SADC Treaty, the SADC Protocol on Politics, Defense and Security Cooperation, and revised SADC Principles and Guidelines Governing Democratic Elections, 2015. To this end, His Excellency Mr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu, President of the Republic of Zambia, and the Chairperson of the organ, constituted the SADC Electoral Observation Mission SIOM, which I'm leading. These are the sixth national and provincial elections in South Africa since the advent of democracy in 1994. Despite the fact that the first transitional democratic elections of 1994 faced challenging conditions in the aftermath of the dismantling of apartheid, South Africa has progressed remarkably well, serving in many respects as an example to the rest of the region. SADC thus duly recognizes and acknowledges these tremendous strides towards the consolidation of democracy. In this regard, let me take this rare opportunity to as head of the SADC Electoral Observation Mission, to extend our heartfelt congratulations to the people of South Africa as the country celebrates 25 years of democracy, a significant milestone in the fulfillment of the democratic project. Ladies and gentlemen, SADC observes elections in its member states based on the revised SADC principles and guidelines governing democratic elections 2015. The principles and guidelines are also informed by key instruments of the African Union, such as the African Charter on Democracy, Elections and Governance 2007, as well as relevant conventions of the United Nations. All SADC member states have affirmed their commitment to the implementation of the revised SADC principles and guidelines governing democratic elections, which have been designed to assist the region to improve its democratic tenets, but also to contribute to conflict prevention through the use of modern standards of techniques of elections observation. These include the use of long-term election observation and information and communication technologies to enhance data collection and analysis. This approach is expected to engender informed assessment of electoral process and outcomes that should contribute to the enhanced regional efforts to assist member states in identifying best practices related to challenges and shortcomings through evidence-based observation. Ladies and gentlemen, in view of the above and consistent with the revised SADC principles and guidelines governing democratic elections, the present deployment of SIOM was preceded by a pre-election assessment and goodwill mission of the SADC Electoral Advisory Body, SIAC, from 4th to 10th April 2019. The SIAC is a mechanism instituted by the SADC Summit in 2004, composed of eminent legal experts, scholars, and retired senior diplomats to advise the organ on politics, defense and security, cooperation on matters of elections, democracy and governance, as well as on mediation strategies arising from electoral conflicts. In this regard, the SIAC mission to the Republic of South Africa noted, among other issues, that the Independent Electoral Commission managed to register 26.7 million voters, put in place the required ballot measures to accommodate a record of 48 political parties, 10,000 candidates on the National Assembly list, and 8,000 candidates on the Provincial Assembly party list.
Right, you're watching the SADC 2019 election observer briefing, basically telling us what's the situation, and they're going to be, observing a very, very important elections. Over 26.7 million people here in South Africa are eligible to vote, and voters are seemingly spoiled for choice. We have about 48 parties that will contest nationally, and 78 parties contest both provincial and national elections. So a bigger elections for the SADC observers to observe. Let me take you now to KwaZulu-Natal authorities.